G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this FC25 Arsenal career mode series. This is episode 10. Make sure to drop a like, comment and subscribe if you guys enjoy. Really helps me out. Any feedback is appreciated. And in today's episode, as you can see, we're wrapping up deadline day here. You would have seen in the previous episodes the new recruits are brought in, hoping to boost our chances of winning something in this season 1 of this career mode. In the second half of the season here, need to really turn up if we want to challenge for the league, as we have a big game first up against Manchester City, who are currently sitting second. We're fourth, and we also want to try to win the FA Cup and the Champions League, which we are still in as well. But first we're going to have to deal with Manchester City, who are actually third now. You see they've just got star players everywhere. In this universe, Rodrigo and Haaland are not injured, so that's going to be really hard to deal with, as I did have to change the kit of the teams there just because for some reason it was going to be a bit of a kit clash. But yeah, we are playing at the Emirates, so hopefully we can get the job done here, but Manchester City is going to be a very, very difficult team to beat, as Haaland plays a great ball through to Kevin De Bruyne, and De Bruyne isn't going to miss a one-on-one there. David Raya couldn't do anything about that one, and we go down 1-0 here early on, 16 minutes played. Still a long way to go. Yeah, not going to lie, this episode did take a little bit longer to come out, so I apologise for that. So I've got to try to be a bit better. But I am absolutely ecstatic with how Arsenal are doing in real life at the moment, having just beat Real Madrid in the Champions League and moving on to the semi-finals, where we'll play PSG, hoping to do something similar in this career mode. As we get the ball through here to Martinelli, I thought he was offside, but the flag stayed down, and Gabriel Martinelli continuing his good season here for us on the left wing, and he ties it up 1-0. And it's going to be Kai Havertz. Plays it back to Marino. To Martinelli, finds Kai. Havertz, what's he going to do? He's going to look to cut it back, I reckon, and he does, and it's to our captain, Ødegaard. Martin Ødegaard. Both captains getting on the score sheet today. De Bruyne for Man City, Ødegaard for us. As we take the lead now 2-1. As we go ahead now into the second half, it's going to be Saka playing it over the top to Kai Havertz. Brings it down, but he actually had more time than he thought. And he's missed the target there. A big let-off for Manchester City. As Bernardo Silva now, he's going to cut inside from the wing, plays it into Phil Foden. He's going to wrap his foot round that one. And he beats David Raya again, and it's tied up at 2 apiece. 70th minute there. And Phil Foden managed to tie the game, and that's how it'll end. You see the stats there, very even game. 7 shots to 8 XG, pretty similar. So we only get the 1 point from that one. So a little bit disappointing there after coming back and taking the lead. We just couldn't hang on there. But not the worst result. As we go into a different competition now, the FA Cup. And we're the team that's won this competition the most out of any other. And hopefully we can do the same and win this competition again this year. As you're going to see, we're going to rock a couple of our new signings in the likes of Zubamendi and Victor Gyökeres. I think that's how you kind of pronounce it, but I'm just going to call him Victor to make it easier. But it's going to be Tomiyasu, fires it into Victor, and Victor gets his first goal for the club, and he's happy about that, just 3.5 minutes in to this one. A great start for us. And it is against Swansea, but, you know, I'm not going to take anything away from Victor there as he gets on the board early on here. As we get to Ethan, who plays it very unselfishly to Victor again. And Victor's got 2 goals in his Arsenal debut. Oh, I guess it's not his debut. I think I did bring him on in that Man City game after Havertz messed up one of his opportunities, but didn't really have any chance. And from a corner now, it's going to be Tomiyasu getting on the end of one. Not used to him scoring many goals, though I did think he had an absolute cracker in an earlier episode, if I do remember correctly, from a very, very long way out. We get the job done there, 3-0 against Swansea. You see the stats there, we did dominate. And going to be moving on and back into the Premier League. And I'm not sure if those are the real results there or not, because they're all 0-0. So I don't know if the games just weren't underway yet or what was going on there. But yes, the next game, as I said, back in the Premier League. Going up against Leicester City, they still have the likes of Jamie Vardy, although it looks like he'll be on the bench for this one. But they are not a great team. And we should be able to get the job done. I'm going to start Victor for his great performance in the last FA Cup game. And then basically the first team around him, as this will probably be the new first team if Victor keeps performing like he did. We're going to get to Martin Odegaard, who plays over the top to Victor, and Victor's going to take it, I think first time there as well. And what a finish. 10 minutes in for our number 10, Victor gets on the score sheet again. And this decision to bring him to the Arsenal looks like it's already paying off. As we get to Saka now, and Saka takes it on his non-preferred, and he scores one, and it's 2-0 now early on, and we are just in some great form at the moment. Haven't lost a game in I don't know how long. I feel like it's been a couple of eps at least. And Saka, what a ball there to Victor, and Victor's going to curl that one round on his left foot. Not sure the Leicester keeper should be getting beat that easily, but a good finish there from Victor. And he's got another one. He's on fire for us at the moment. I can't see him going back to the bench at this stage. As Saka finds Martinelli. Martinelli has the speed, cuts back, finds Victor again. He can't, can he? He can. And Victor, I think that's his hat-trick goal there. For the Arsenal, we win 4-0. Good to keep another clean sheet there. Always want the defence to stay strong. And we get the win 4-0. Absolute domination. 15 shots to 3. And we walk away with a big dub. And hopefully that can put us a little bit closer in the table to Liverpool, although it says we're still currently 4th. So have to make sure we keep on winning here, as the next game is going to be up against West Ham. Fulkrug is absolutely on one in this save. I think he's leading the Golden Boot, at least he was last time I checked, I think. Then they got the likes of Jared Bowen as well out in the wing, who's a good player. You see, this is the lineup I'm going to be rocking with. Basically the same 11. Don't see any reason to change it. We're on a good run at the moment. Declan Rice to Odegaard to Saka. Sees Martinelli, and Martinelli puts that one away. A great finish there, but I think the pass from Saka was actually even better. But Martinelli scoring again, wearing those gloves and getting the job done. Just before half time now, Mikel Merino plays a ball into Martinelli again. Can he get a second? He can. He picked up a yellow card in between all that, but he's got a second right on half time to give us all the momentum going into the second half, and we should be able to hang on now with a 2-goal lead. It's going to be Calafiori to Mikel Merino. Cuts it back to Saka. Saka's been left alone in acres of space there at the penalty spot, and he's not going to miss from there. And Bukayo Saka on his right foot, doing a bit of damage with his right foot today, where he's not really known for. But Martinelli, this is the guy who's been killing it. And he's going to be unselfish and give it to Saka again, and Saka's got his second. Martinelli and Saka just running right on these wings here, cutting inside and making the defence pay. As we get it to Zubamendi now, we've made some subs. It's going to be Jesus, and Jesus gets on the board now, coming on for Bukayo Saka, I think it was, and he's calling up to say, "Did you forget about me?" Because he's just dropped another goal into the back of the net there, and we absolutely demolished West Ham 5-0, and our form is back on track. And it's good to see that we're keeping clean sheets there. I think that's 3 in a row now for David Raya. You see there a little what do you call it there, screen there saying how good his defence has been. You see the table there on the right hand side, 9 points behind Liverpool now. Still time to make up the deficit, as we're going to go up against Nottingham Forest, where in real life they're killing it, but in this save they're currently 19th, it said, so they're looking like they're going to get relegated, unfortunately for them. So should be able to get the job done, as we are going to bring Victor back in. I haven't made the decision to put him back to the bench yet, because he's just been too good. He's not letting me. Rest of the squad, I'm going to actually bring Tierney in for this one. I think he was complaining, and although we're probably going to sell him in the future, I figured to try to keep him as happy as possible, just in case you guys decide, I should keep him, and then I might do that. But Martinelli, he's basically, I don't know who's been the man of the episode, to be honest. It could be Martinelli, it could be Saka, Victor, but then again, I'm not going to show you guys many defensive highlights, and I'm sure our midfield, like Odegaard and Declan Rice, have been playing great as well. But it's Martinelli again, gets his second, and he's just absolutely blowing teams away here. as Nottingham Forest have no answer for us, at least the defence doesn't anyway. It's going to be Marino. Don't know how he managed to squeeze that past him. And Victor's managed to squeeze that past the keeper as well, right on half-time. Take a 3-0 lead, and this one should be over. But Nottingham Forest don't want to get at least one on the board here, as it's going to be Gibbs White, great turn, and it's going to be Chris Wood, I think, the guy from New Zealand, who's having a great season in real life. And I think in this save, actually, he's putting in quite a few goals, but just hasn't seemed to be enough for Nottingham Forest to really make any progress on the table. But Bukayo Saka, he gets on the board now, and we're not stopping. We're going to always put our foot on the throat and try to put as many goals past the opposition as possible, as it's 4-1. But Nottingham Forest look to beat us here on the counter. It's going to be a Wanyi, and he absolutely does our defenders there. Saliba, I don't know what he was doing there, but he just got blown by, and it's 4-2. So there's still time. It's not totally over yet. We're probably going to need another goal, or just have a real solid defensive showing. But it's going to be Trossard who's just waiting for the run, and he plays it all the way down to Ben White, and Ben White's trying to go past his man. He gets taken out by a big slide tackle, but it's going to be a penalty. Good job there from Ben White. You see the defenders there fuming. Don't really know how you can argue that one. And it's going to be Bukayo Saka stepping up to the penalty spot. He's going to put that away. Wish he would have done that at the Bernabeu, but he went for a little dink and it didn't pay off. But he did get him back. He ended up chipping Courtois later on, which I'm sure you guys know. One of the best games as an Arsenal fan I've watched. Definitely made getting up early in the morning worth it. And it's 5-2 now. Nottingham Forest try to get another one past us, and they do through Gibbs White, as it's 5-3. And in stoppage time, I've got this one pretty much wrapped up, and it's going to be Saka again, this time at the near post. Gets it done, and it ends 6-3. Great performance. Would have been nice to keep another clean sheet, but when you're scoring this many goals, you can afford to concede, one, maybe even two. But we get the job done there. And that's going to be That's going to be it for this episode, guys. A few more games I showed in this episode. Hope you guys enjoy. I really want to try to get through the season and move on to season 2. But I obviously want to win something in season 1. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.